Ben. So good to see you.
Hi. Yes, good to see you too.
Congratulations. I can't believe you're up for one of the rising stars of 2023. It's
I
fantastic.
know. Super exciting. Yeah, I'm super honoured. It's a nice little kind of touch for the year. So yeah.
So happy for you. Yeah, it's
Mm.
brilliant. So I'm just going to start our little interview. So I'm from the land of the Bunurong people, of the Kulin Nations, and I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. So Ben, this is fantastic. Congratulations. I'm so excited for you. And you've had quite a big journey, haven't you?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you could tell me a little bit about how you sort of got into acting, what your pathway was and what led you into the whole entertainment acting world.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I started off originally. I was a dancer, so I was dancing a lot from a young age. I mean, I started dancing when I was 3, and then kind of went on. Yeah, I've been dancing my whole life. Kind of so I've always kind of in the arts, and then. When I was 12 or 13, I went on Young Talent Time with a dance group of boys. Yeah,
iconic. That's great.
When that Young Talent Time came back, and then that kind of was when I got an agent for dancing gigs, and also because we were kind of TV personalities then, and kind of on TV and being seen and everything. So that's how I got an agent. And then my agent kind of pushed me into getting into acting. And that's when I first started going to acting classes. I was probably 13, 14. And then I fell in love with it. And
passion, it's fantastic.
Yeah. And I just haven't stopped. It's one of those things that's super lucky to kind of fall into it at such a young age. Because some people don't find their passion or their path, and I was very, very fortunate to be able to find that so young. And then that kind of
focused on it. It's amazing, and even your dance they incorporated into Neighbours. I remember.
Yeah, that's it. It's funny. I mean, it's cool. Dancing's kind of followed me as well. I've had luckily I've had a chance to dance on Neighbours and other shows that I've done. And, it's cool that they can kind of incorporate it in.
Yeah, and what about you? I mean, obviously you've got quite a sort of lots of work already that you've done over the years, but you had a major role on Neighbours was it 4 years that you were on?
I did a contract. It was 3 years. 3 years. Yeah, I had 3 years. Yeah, on that, and which was just so much fun. I mean, it was such a weird time in the world at the time. It was during COVID and everything. So I'm so thankful that I got to do that because it is like a family, you know what I mean? And because I was living in Melbourne away from family I didn't have any family in Melbourne. So all of my castmates and all the crew and everything on that show became my family because of that time. Yeah, it was honestly so special. And everyone looked out for each other and
And you would have learnt a lot over the years because working on serial TV is quite different from other film and TV productions. So
absolutely,
that experience with the sort of, because obviously it is that really fast-paced 5 episodes a week.
Yeah, that's right, 5 episodes a week. And then at one point we were doing spin-offs as well. I think the most scenes I had in one day was probably 16 scenes. So, I mean, the lessons I learnt were incredible. Like I almost took it as if it was my university kind of thing, my training, because I just tried to soak up as much as I could, as well, working with so many amazing actors and actresses and learning from them and some of the things that I learned on that, I'm so grateful because it's like you said, it's so fast paced. You don't
and you're working with a different director each week as well, aren't you?
So
different, adapting to different styles and everything.
Yeah, and how they shoot is so different. Like each director is different, so you have to kind of think on the spot and take direction easily because there's not a lot of time. So they kind of throw things at you, out of nowhere, and you have to kind of just think on your feet and go for it. So I think, and time on set is, I mean, for me personally, I think time on set is just the key to everything. I mean, finding confidence on set, finding your feet, what works for you, your little tricks and things to make you feel comfortable on set. Like it's having that time. I mean, 3 years, 5 days a week, 16 hours a week, 5 episodes a week. It's just, it's like you said, it's so fast paced. You don't, you have to kind of Sometimes 6, you know.
Scenes in one day. How many scenes would you shoot in one day?
It was, I think the most I did was probably 16 scenes in one day.
God, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I tell people it's intense, but obviously I do with the casting. I'm not there every day.
Oh, it's intense. And then some, I mean, some scenes might be 4 or 5 page scenes. So you've got, I don't know, over 50 pages of dialogue or even more that you've got to do in one day. And then you finish that day at 6:30 or whatever, and then go home and have to learn, you know, or have to be prepared for the next day for another 10 or something. You know, some weeks you do over 30 scenes or 40 scenes. Yeah. So it was, I mean, it's one of those things you kind of just got to run with the punches, keep going. And
so much.
It was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
That's why all the, you know, people love Australian actors who've had that experience as well, because
totally
so disciplined, and I've got such huge respect for how hard you work. And
it's hard work, yeah. And that's why I'm so happy that it's come back, so other actors get to experience that, because it's just training like no other, you know. There's no way you're going to be able to kind of learn how to, you know, work that fast and under pressure, and it's just incredible. Like, so I'm glad that it's coming back as well, because for other young actors to learn and experience that, it's just it's a luxury that's just brilliant. We can't take for granted.
So happy for you, like, to be by now, and the energy that you have and everything you did over all those years. I'm a bit like a proud mum. I'm like,
that's right. I mean, you've seen it all. Yeah, you've seen me grow up, basically.
Yeah, it's like all those sort of young years, and you've jumped straight out of Neighbours after, like, my God, those scenes. I mean, you brought me to tears in some of those endings. Oh my God, it was so.
I know.
It was
heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking storyline, and you just shone. It was beautiful. So, but you've jumped out of Neighbours and you've just kind of like gone doing lots of stuff. Tell me about what's been going on for you since.
Yeah. I mean, I've been very fortunate to be able to kind of come out of Neighbours and continue working on a few different productions. I did another series, a Channel 5 series called Riptide, which was a lot of fun, filmed in Melbourne as well. I did a film at the end of last year called 13 Summers, which comes out, I'm not sure, which is fun. And then I just finished, I just wrapped earlier this year on Paper Dolls, which was a Helium Productions. And it's been a lot of fun that I get to play all these just such different characters. It's been a very good run. I'm very grateful and also fortunate. And just sometimes I just kind of, you know, I mean, as a kid and been doing this for so long, you kind of picture and almost manifest how you want your life to be, and going from production to production and working on different characters and working with other actors that equally love the art as much as you do. That's the most rewarding thing, you know, getting to a set and people love it so much that like as much as you do, that you kind of, it's just exciting. It's so epic to be inside of a room with people that equally love the craft as much as you do, you know, and then constantly problem solving and constantly finding new ways and new things, and the collaboration. Like when you get artists and creatives in a room and working on things and working on dialogue and material, it's just epic. It's like fireworks going off, and it's like New Year's Eve every time, you know, you walk into that room and you feel that energy. That's the thing. I pinch myself sometimes and going, how am I able to work with such people that are so beautiful, you know, and kind hearted, and then also incredible actors, you know, and or creatives and directors or whoever they are. And it's
so good.
And even the casting process is so exciting. You know, kind of playing. I love auditioning, because auditioning, you just get a little taste of, maybe you could play this role, and then
that magic.
You could, or there's something that you've been playing around, or something that I've been playing around, like in my own time, and then a role comes along, and you're like, I can kind of slide this into feeling, you know, similar, pulling things from, you know, it's just, it's exciting, you know, and life's great. It's just a nice life, I gotta say.
It's lovely for all the casting directors in the whole of Australia to get voted in. Like, it's such an honour for you. I think, like, it's great.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I've known so many casting directors for so long, because I've been doing this for so long as well, and it's a nice thing to be kind of recognized and
Nice acknowledgement.
Yeah, because a lot of actors, it's hard. I mean, you do the work and then you leave set and it's like, cool, all right, we did that and move on. And and it depends if shooting fast, it's hard. Sometimes you miss those little acknowledgement, those little things there that kind of give you that little bit of a boost to say, hey, we're watching you. We see that you're doing the hard work and stuff. So this is really, really lovely for me. It's just a nice kind of just touch,
Yeah. And so like where you are right now in your career and everything, what advice would you give to younger actors who are sort of starting out or, actors sort of aspiring to get into, TV and film and all of that?
Have fun with it. I feel like, at the end of the day, it's an art form. You gotta, I feel like, just kind of dive in as much as you can. You got to believe it. You got to believe it for it to kind of happen. Trust yourself. Let yourself kind of be a bit weird. I feel like just embrace the weirdness, embrace the creativity. Like I also think that life, for me, well, they say that, life is the best acting class, you know what I mean? And I truly believe that. I think any opportunity comes your way, take it, you know what I mean? And then try and be aware of your life and your emotions, your mindset and constantly learning. I think, it's never be the smartest person in the room and kind of, I just say take everything in as much as you can. I try to keep the mindset of that there's no bad days or good days. They're just days, and you got to, you know what I mean? You take it in, and something might be a bad news today, but then that might turn into good news, whatever it is, you know what I mean? So just kind of have fun with it. And then also just don't stop creating. I think in any word of that, whatever that is. I love creating anything, whether it's music or dancing, acting, writing, drawing, whatever it is. Like, I think just kind of, let yourself fall into that world of what if, or the world of just imagination, you know what I mean? And just run with it. It's what we do is so much fun, and so it's a luxury, you know what I mean? It's not life or death, but it kind of feels like it is, At
the time when you're in there. So, Ben, is there anything else you'd like to share with up-and-coming actors? I'd love to just say that I know what it's like starting off and how daunting it can be and stuff. So if there is any actors out there or that are up-and-coming, or anyone that has any questions or anything, feel free to message me on Instagram. That's probably the best way to contact me, or email me. I know what it's like to be kind of, starting off and feeling like lost of where to go, what to do. So I love the idea of being able to give back and in helping in any way, any other creatives and stuff like that. So if anyone ever has any questions or anything like that, feel free to message me, because it's
like
so
I said,
support each other and do that in the industry. That's
absolutely. Yeah. Looking out for each other. And I had people that I could message, and they really helped me, made me feel a bit more comfortable to ask questions or to make choices even, and that's it. It's a big family. It's such a small world. And I feel like we've got to look out for each other.
Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah. So if anyone's ever, unsure or anything, and I'm just a message away, and I'd love to help out. So
And that's great. Congratulations, on being a rising star with the CGA. It's fantastic. So
thank you so much. I'm honestly really honoured. It's a very nice, like I said, nice touch for me, and it's a nice acknowledgement. I'm really, really honoured.
Well, you deserve it. It's beautiful. It's great. Thanks, Ben. Really appreciate you joining us for the interview today. It's great.
Thank you so much, and thanks for the chat.